Hello, my name is Addie and this is your daily dose. Today I want to talk about global warming because I think it's a topic that a lot of people refuse to talk about or get angry when talked about or start to get in denial or whatever. And I think it's something that no matter what your take on it, it should be talked about, because it's something that is affecting us personally and globally. The fact of the matter is it's happening and it's affecting our world. The world that we live in is changing in a drastic way. We're not really paying attention to it really, but I was thinking about it the other day, and I remember when I was in elementary and it was raining, so they would have to put us into the cafeteria and we couldn't really come out for lunch, and it kind of sucked at the time. We hated the rain because we couldn't go to the playground. But I think about it now, we don't get that. We don't get kids that have to miss out on recess because it's raining outside and they have to stay in the cafeteria. Not here in California, at least. And that's scary, because it's something that just maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was a kid, was happening. We were getting rain. It was not a daily thing, but it would happen. And now we feel glad to have rain. We feel happy to have rain because it's something that we're not really used to having. And I mean, even though that's not really it might not seem like a big deal, it is, because we're already in a drought and we're already in danger of losing even more water. And I mean, that's something you can't deny. You walk around, I live in California, so this is what I'm referring to, but you walk around the streets and you see, oh, please save water, we're in a drought, 15-minute showers or whatever they say. And it's something that's there, whether you want to label it as global warming or not, it's there. If you're still not convinced that it's real, I don't blame you. There's not a lot of media that is out there to inform people about global warming, or they kind of just use little sidelines and little sidetracks like, oh, this is what's going on, but don't really give you the full detail as to what is really going on or what is causing it. But some of the major components that have led us to believe that our world is getting warmer is because of, first, the melting glaciers in the polar regions. That is something that, watch Ice Age, as much of a kid movie as that is, it's true. There are glaciers that are melting. There's, we're losing all kinds of animals because of it. I mean, they're having to adapt to a different habitat that they never had to adopt to before because it's water now. I mean, it's frozen water, but it's no longer ice. That there's a lot of animals that were killed in that process. Melting is occurring at 9% every 10 years. And while that doesn't seem like it's a lot, think about it. In the next 50 years, it's going to be a drastic difference. It's 9% may seem so small now, but it's going to be such a massive difference in the next 50, 60, 100 years. And yes, you can think, well, that doesn't affect me, I'm going to be dead by then, but it's not really about you, with all due respect, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about my kids or your kids or anybody's kids. It's about humanity, it's about the world, the earth, even aside from just humans. This is our earth, this is the planet that we've known to be as beautiful as it is, with its beautiful landscapes and nature. Sorry, even if you're not thinking about yourself, if you're not thinking about, well, my kids will be dead and their kids will be dead by then, who cares? Think about the earth. Think about how cool it would be to go to another planet, but yet we can't even protect our own planet. How are we going to go to another planet and then ruin that planet, Number 2, rising sea levels. So since the 1900s, our sea levels were at 0.04%. And since 1990, it went up to 0.1%, which is pretty much doubled. And that's within the past 30 years that it doubled. That's scary, you know? We remained 90 years at 0.04, and with the past 30 years, we went to 0.1. It may seem like it's not a big deal, but in the long run, in years from now, that can double, can triple, and the sea levels can rise so high that they can take down LA, you know, and we all love LA. We don't want it to go down. So what causes the rise of sea levels? 1, the melting of the glaciers. 2, the expansion of seawater due to the temperature rise. And number 3, as to why global warming is actually a thing, is because carbon releases methane, right? So anytime that, you know, we use our hairspray, or we use our car and have oil, or anything that we use that burns, that uses carbon, like burning anything, it's releasing methane into the atmosphere. And with methane, that's not really something, I mean, there are already small doses of methane that are in our atmosphere as a natural compound, but with, it's supposed to be like a very small percentage. We are releasing it in massive amounts, and it's so dangerous. It can wipe out about 20 to 50% of our animal species eventually. Number 4, an increase in storm activity. You've all heard of El Niño, right? You've all heard of all these random like storms that are happening, all these amber alerts of, you know, stay clear, whatever, all these things that are happening. While they've always been like a normal occurrence, you know, it's just nature's way of dealing with this, there is a problem because now our storms are becoming much stronger and longer than they used to be. And that is because the evaporation of heat from the ocean rises to the atmosphere, causing stronger winds. Over the past 30 years, hurricanes have grown in magnitude and are lasting way longer than they used to before. Now, number 5. Cinco. Droughts and heat waves. In the past 30 to 40 years, there have been an increase in heat waves. There's signs all over California. I mean, we are having hot-ass summers, but not only are we having hot-ass summers, we're having hot-ass winters, hot-ass spring, hot-ass fall. We're just hot all around. It's annoying. You know, you want to just enjoy your makeup on without it melting away because it's so freaking hot. I mean, maybe you're a man and you don't care about that, but still, right? Like, you want to go out and play basketball and have it be warm, but not like overwhelmingly hot. And that's how it is here. It's just overwhelmingly hot. Number 6. The extinction of animals. Moment of silence for the animals. It's sad, you know? Like, there's so many animals out there that we won't ever get to have seen or heard or touched. And I mean, not many people care about that. I myself didn't even care about that for like the longest until recently. I just started thinking about it. But it's sad, like, we spend all of our money watching movies, like sci-fi movies about people creating these ulterior worlds where they have all these cool species, and you don't even think about like all the stuff that we have here on Earth, you know, all the cool animals that we have here, and some of them are already gone because we've screwed it up, you know, we've knocked down rainforests, we've done so much to cause harm onto our atmosphere, forcing them to not be able to live anymore, you know. It's like these animals are in areas where there's less water than they used to have, less food because, you know, they can't eat, they're eating each other as animals, and if you eat their food, you're not gonna have anything else to eat too, you know. So it's like a chain, and we're losing them constantly, and they're being forced to be in in a habitat that they're not supposed to be in, you know? Now I'm just gonna name here in the screen just some of the animals that have already been extinct. And now some of the animals that are becoming extinct. And I don't know about you, but I will cry the day the elephant becomes extinct, because they are just so majestic and beautiful and big, and they're like our modern day dinosaurs. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this wasn't, you know, too rude or anything, or offensive in any way to anybody, because that is not at all what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to come off like I know everything that's going on, because you know what, I don't. I'm just a normal human being that feels affected by this, and it's something that has been kind of in me. I want to talk about it, but I just never did, and here it is now. And I hope you just kind of take this information and you see it the way you want to see it, and you look at the world the way you want to look at it, but just know that you can make a difference. And even though I'm just sitting here in front of a freaking screen trying to talk to people that I'm probably not even listening, with that thought of me wanting it to happen, I'm already starting a difference. So, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed.